Hello, good morning, and thank you very much for your kind invitation to this event. I would be more than glad to welcome you to Zagreb, which is my hometown, and I hope you'll feel comfortable here and have a fruitful conference with a lot of conclusions, and definitely. Well, I will speak here on behalf of eSkills for Jobs 2014 project here in Croatia, only in Croatia, because I act as national contact point for this project here locally. Well, what I can say, you can see here, this is some sort of design for our part of the project here. Well, the little guy here on the right hand side, some of you maybe know, is a Professor Baltazar. He's the ambassador of the eSkills in Croatia, and he's a cartoon character which was very popular back in 1980s in ex-Yugoslavia and many surrounding countries. I was listening when I was contacting with the team in Brussels. Many people working there from Poland and Czech Republic. They were very thrilled to see. Oh, I know Professor Baltazar back from 80s, which was very popular there. Where he's a genius guy. He can solve any problem, so we can rely on him. So he will help us to solve the problem of the lack of IT professionals, not only in Croatia but also in the EU. About the project, you maybe all know what is it all about. The eSkills for Jobs has to address the problem of forthcoming lack of maybe more than 900,000 ICT professionals in EU. So the problem is not very easy to solve, because we see a lot of people, young people, finding their careers in some different jobs, not in the ICT. Why? I will try to say something about it in my short presentation. So here we go. These are the eSkills partners in Croatia, so many known names like Microsoft, maybe you know, then the Croatian Employment Services, Independent Software Exporters, Croatian Employers Association, and so on, many educational institutions, job portals, and other partners. We try to gather all of them on a formal and non-formal basis to help them, to help us address this problem, not only to the public but also to different stakeholders in Croatia, so decision makers, universities, unemployed people, career changers, everybody, just to say them, okay, there is an opportunity in the eSkills, in the ICT area. Why do I say this? It's very important to stress out the fact that Croatia is still in recession. It's the 6th year of recession here in Croatia, and economic things are not maybe rolling out the way we were expecting some 7 or 8 years ago. So now we have different issues and different challenges we have to address. But the ICT is something that's still growing in Croatia as an economy sector. So I will just make a quick overview with the data which are maybe not so up to date. We have to update them in the forthcoming days. We're expecting some from the National Statistics Bureau and from the other institutions dealing with data. And I hope you will forgive me that I don't have all of them right now. So we have the sector that employs about 30,000 people in Croatia, which is a great number for such a small country where there is only 1.3 million people working right now. There is 4.5 million people, inhabitants in Croatia, but only 1.3 million people are working, so making some extra economic effort. And regarding the numbers, I will just go shortly through that. If we see the IT sector, then it's the 10th or 11th export sector in Croatia, making 1.1 billion of kunas of export in 2012, and it's risen up to maybe 1.3, 1.4 billion kunas in 2013. We're expecting some more data, of course. What we can see is in the times when the economy is still slowing down and in the recession, I said, the IT jobs being advertised on the largest job portals in Croatia is rising. So we are up here by the number of advertisements. We are maybe here up to the numbers of 2008, which is very optimistic to see. So there is an opportunity for young people, but some of them are still not aware of that. what we can see is the IT experts, what's the need of the Croatian ICT sector, what kind of profiles are they in need of. So some 61% of companies are looking for the software developers. And this is the large problem, because nobody wants to be a software developer. I don't know where the problem is. Is it the problem that you have to be very focused and concentrated, not to work too much time with the people, maybe lack of social interactions? I don't know what it is concretely, but I was trying to research and to see what is that, but 61%, that's the fact. These are the numbers that we got when surveying the IT companies, largest IT companies in Croatia, and IT sectors of non-ICT companies employing the most of ICT professionals here. Then there are some other profiles like business analysts, which is very normal for the companies which are going through the restructuring and finding the way how to optimize the infrastructure to make the better results. And then system engineers and enterprise solution consultants, and so on and so on. When we say about the motivation, one of the great motivators is a salary. And you can see when we compare some numbers for salaries here in the region, in the wider region, Southeastern European, then we can see that Croatia is somehow competitive in the net salaries. But what we have seen in the past is that Croatia wasn't very competitive regarding the gross wages, because we had large taxes on, especially on the engineering wages, which are a little bit higher than the average. So in the respect of that, we are facing now one transformation, and we hope it will help that the government will try to lower the tax for the higher wages, therefore helping the ICT sector to be more competitive, and also to attract foreign direct investments in the smart, let's say, in the smart industry more easily. What we are facing also here is that computer science graduates are steadily rising in the last few years. The numbers are not so large like in Germany, Turkey, Spain, which are large countries, or Italy. Well, we have annually, let's say, 1.5 thousand, so these are the data from 2011. I have the data for 2012, but the Eurostat didn't have all the data for the country, so I put this just for comparison. We have 1,500 computer science graduates coming out of the schools, so universities and university colleges annually, which is okay when you compare it with some countries which are smaller, and I think that would be some enough basis not to put here large R&D centers of the large companies, but it would help to attract some medium-sized companies to work here, especially if we get it with the lower tax and gross wages that would be more attractive to potential investors. What do we see? We see that IT engineers are not coming very easily from the educational sector. According to PISA 2011 tests and surveys being done there is only 10% of high school students wanting to be any kind of engineer in Croatia. So 90% of students do not want to be any kind of engineer, civil engineering, IT engineer, electrical engineering. So that's the kind of problem that we are facing right now. Also, when we made the survey, we make it each year with our partners, and we have seen that people do want to study something else. What else? So social sciences, then business administration, economy, then law, and so on and so on. And there is no enough basis of people wanting to be IT engineers. So this is one of the tasks we have here as an eSkills for Jobs project, and also the initiative of the people gathered around as a some non-formal coalition for digital jobs here in Croatia. We asked the people why did not choose the science, technology, engineering, mathematics, and more than 50% or around 50%, so half of the people said, well, it's a very hard, those are difficult studies, and I don't want to lose my time. I just want to get my degree with a less effort. Is a degree something that can wow you, that you will have enough job, that you will have to find your job. I think not. Degree is nothing if it's not followed by the skills, true skills, and the competencies that you bring with you together. So what you can see here are eSkills campaigns that we have done in the past in Croatia, and many more being done before that, up from 2001 and until today. Some of them are 2012 eSkills Week, which was the first official eSkills initiative being conducted by the European Commission. Then in 2013 we have done a National ICT Week, which was our initiative, local Croatian initiative, and then in 2014 eSkills, not 4 jobs but 4 jobs, I'm very sorry about it. And many projects which were funded through IPA and EU funds aiming at eSkills, education, lifelong learning, etc. What we can see, what we have proposed for 2014, if some of those initiatives have been already conducted, is to raise the awareness of the young people, of the career changers, of the business decision makers, of the political decision makers, to say, okay, help us to make some environment which will be motivating for the young people to find their career in the ICT, not only young people, but the people wishing to look for something else. So we did a lot of initiatives and some events. We had the idea of the year, which is the national competition for the high schools, for the young people, presenting their ideas how to do some business activities that will help them to use technology and find some funding. Then we did some new opportunities, entrepreneurial skills in IT, where Croatian independent software exporters helped us to show people how can you do the job and export something here from Croatia and do the global job. And we had many people wanting to know how to do that. Is it possible? Yes, it is possible. Then what we do is IT employment needs. You have seen the part of our research that had been conducted on the large number of employers, saying what are the profiles that will be needed and what will be the easiest profile to find a job in 2014 and 2015, of course. Then we did some great initiative like Grab Your Free Microsoft certificate, which was aiming at the also high school graduates and young people from the high schools. Actually, this initiative was that was awarded by Microsoft in 2014 as the most valuable project in the world addressing young people, and we received the award. Of course, not just the organizer, but this is I think also the award for the eSkills for Jobs and the European Commission, because the award was given, this was the finalists were from the large countries, from India, United States and Australia, and this was the only project that was coming from the Europe, and it was awarded as the best project in 2014. Also, we made Google AdWords workshops for the unemployed people that very fast they found a job. Now we are preparing a conference, Investors in Education and eSkills, together with the Croatian Employers Association and the Ministry of Labor in Croatia, where we'll award the companies that invest the most in the education and eSkills, according to hard data that we'll get from the Croatian IRS. So it's the Porezna Uprava is Ministry of Finance, let's say. Okay. These are some pictures from the events going on in the last 6 months. So some pending activities will have built the e-competence framework site in Croatian. We'll do the career guidance, jobs of the future for the young unemployed and career changers, and the e-citizen workshops, and many other things. We are very proud that the ambassador of eSkills in Croatia is the president of the Proud Republic of Croatia, Dr. Ivo Josipovic. We met him a few months ago, and he supported us a lot. Thank him very much. These are all the other ambassadors, together with the Professor Baltazar. And I will just say at the end what are the results so far of our activities. ICT and eSkills are included in the Youth Guarantee Program, implementation program in Croatia. That's something that we did. The new approach is, I think it's announced that it's going to be to the labor taxation, and tax burden will be lower for wages, especially for engineering wages. We have many new non-formal coalitions, some of them finishing with projects. Thank you, Žarko, and thank you, Telecentre here in Croatia. And we see sustainable rise of the interest among young people enrolling studies in Croatia. And one last thing, this year Croatia has brought up the strategy of education, science and technology, and science, technology and ICT skills are very highly put in this document. So basically, this is it. Thank you for your attention. If you have any question, I will be here for the next few moments. Thank you very much, and I think